Okay, guys, so the Goal Getters has come to its official close of business. And I just can't get over how fast the 90 days went. I mean, we all know that time seems to go so fast. I know it's kind of cliche, but it really is true. And I think when we have that much fun and excitement happening, it definitely flew by. And I'll come back to just a couple things that I want to share at the very end. But tonight, what we're going to do, Debbie's going to go over just like some of the bigger picture as far as the different things that we saw and the accomplishments. And then we have maybe 3 to 5 people that we've asked to share very briefly some of their big takeaways. And speaking of takeaways, if you have not gone onto the Facebook page and read the comments, I'm going to really recommend, ask you to go in there and do that, because when I was reading all of them today, I started reading and then I had to stop and I got back on it today and checked them all out. It was just a really powerful experience to read them, to think that when this all started, it just was an idea that was shared with me. And then I presented it to Debbie and Krista, and then proceeded to continue on with Denise and Marianne, and just talked to a couple people here and there and got by. And of course, Megan was all about it too. She loves a contest. And we were able to just make this happen. And I want to thank everybody who participated. And it's Debbie left a message on a Voxer chat today, and she talked about whether you're someone who is adding 1 customer or if you've added 15 customers, every single customer is so incredibly important. Yes, it's important to our business, but more importantly, it's life-changing for that one person. So it doesn't matter the size of the contribution as far as the number is concerned, but the impact that it has is so great. So we have so many people that were on here, and I'm looking at faces of people who were engaged the majority of the time. And we had a lot of people who weren't engaged, and that's okay, because I know that most of those people were still watching. They were still doing a little bit. They were still learning something about themselves. They were still trying something new. And that was a really big part of this. And I think when the whole thing kind of came together in the beginning, my mindset was, first, not in order, but just the things that came to mind were the fact of that it was going to be fun, which I knew everybody would enjoy the fun, the momentum and watching your businesses grow. And we all know what that really does directly impact, and being able to do something that was for Debbie's greater team. So for all of us to be able to get to know each other a little bit better, because we are from all over the country and we see each other once or twice a year at most, and we don't really know each other. We were in Tampa, and Denise had a table of people, and Marianne had a table of people, and Krista and I had a couple tables of people, but we didn't really get the time to interact with each other. And I thought this would just be a really great way for that to happen. What I didn't really think about in the beginning, but it's so exciting to see what happened, is just the amount of personal change that so many people, myself included, have experienced. So reading through all of those messages of the yes, I can, like when you realize what you are capable of doing, that was huge. Okay, Mary, he is adorable, and that is perfectly fine. Mine just walked down the stairs too, so that was cool. But it's just a really neat experience to be able to say that what started out as an idea became something huge. And I want to thank all of you for trusting me to lead this group. And there may have been times you might have been thinking, what on earth is she doing? And I don't understand, and where is she coming from? But you trusted me, and I really do appreciate that. And I just want to say this too, because I haven't said this, is the leaders within this organization who trusted myself to come up with something that directly impacted your team, even though you may not have known me. And then the mentors for all the time that we invested into the groups, but knowing that, I'll use Marianne because her face is right below mine right now on my screen. I don't know Marianne, but I trusted her to go in and mentor people that are on my organizational chart, and vice versa. And that's a huge thing, because we don't always know what's going to be said. And sometimes it's hard to let go of that control. So it was just a really great experience all the way around. So I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to turn it over to Debbie. And Debbie's going to share some of the big picture wins for us.
I absolutely love this, and it's just so fun seeing this huge turnout for this call tonight, and that shows the camaraderie that has grown. And it's funny, Sherry, that you touched on the 3 elements. I just got through reading The Greatest Networker in the World, and he said there's 3 things that need to happen if you want to be successful: to learn and to grow and to have fun. And this Goal Getters has accomplished all of that. And one real crazy thing, some of you that are newer may not really understand what Payline is, but it's what we get paid on. It's the totality of your team as wide. And one of the fabulous things, really pretty unique with our compensation plan, is there's no limit of width, you guys. A lot of network marketing are called binary, and you only get paid on 2 lines. I don't even know why anybody would do that. But anyway, we're unlimited in width, and then you go deep, 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 deep. And our total team pay line in the last 3 months has increased 35,500. And to put that in perspective, that's more than you need to make national marketing director from 0. Okay, you need 33,000 pay line. So you guys made a national marketing director. So way to go. And that's just reflective of all of y'all putting into that pay line. We went from 6 PB legs, which is more than you need to be a national marketing director, to 7. That's huge, to add another whole leg. We added another whole leg in POB, and I am going to give Tina Chapman a shout out because she was the new POB leg. And then we added a total of 10 more qualifiers. So that is incredibly exciting. And then just massive HLPs. And remember, help your new team. Some of you are new, to get it in your head that this entire business is built on HLPs. If you can get almost everyone to hit their HLP, you can go all the way to national marketing director. We had new POBs, many new qualified, new express tracks, which I've already congratulated y'all individually in your Voxer chats, but it was a massive 3 months. That pay line is really reflective of massive growth, and I just want to applaud you all. Yay! The big picture.
That's awesome. Thanks, Debbie. Okay, so I mentioned that we had asked a couple of people to come on and share briefly. I'm timing them. Just kidding. But we do want to keep track of the time because, guys, I have like all these bowls sitting here. I have 4 of them with names in it to give away prizes. So I want to get to that too. But because she's square and center on my screen, I'm going to go ahead and have Jerry Carmichael share first. You're unmuted, so you're good to go, Jerry.
Okay. Sherry, I just want to thank you because this was amazing. I grew so much. My big growth was stepping out of my comfort zone because I always do the same things. And those daily activities made me, because I'm kind of like Megan, I'm competitive and I just want to be able to do what you tell me to do. And I'm also a rule follower. So I love the daily activity, and there were things in there that I never would have thought of. You know, one day you put out, thank your customers. I got more response from my customers just by I made a little graphic that said thank you with fruits and vegetables all over it. And I think I had 12 of my customers respond within the first 5 or 10 minutes of me sending that, and respond with good things like how it's changed their life. So it was just like doing that, and all the other things, you know, you and I doing the connection calls, you know, I wasn't comfortable doing that before we started all this. And I'm much more comfortable to set somebody up to do a connection call. And so I'm just grateful in my group, all the people that would post, because it just made you feel good to hear how everybody was improving and growing their businesses. So for me, it's a no-brainer. If you do it again, I'm in.
Yay. Yes. The plan is to probably do it again 90 days before Austin. We are going to take these 3 months away from Goal Getters so everybody can kind of refuel and revamp. And so please, if you have anything that you would like to see done differently, I do hear over and over again that the daily activities was a big plus for everyone. So we'll definitely keep that going. But if there's something that you think would improve it, please get with either Debbie, Marianne, Denise, Megan, Krista, or myself. I don't need like 50 people messaging me. I think I'll go nuts. But if there's something, get to your leader and then they'll get it to me, which would be great. So, all right. So I had Jerry, and then Krista had asked Cynthia Hoke if she would be able to share tonight. And I've got you unmuted, Cynthia. You're good to go.
Awesome. Again, I want to thank you, Sherry, because I know you put in a lot of work, and I sure do appreciate it. There were two big things that I wanted to share is the momentum. I had a lot of momentum coming from Tampa from October, November, December, and I was really in a seed planting season, and Krista and Sherry kept saying, just keep going, just keep going. And I think what was really cool was Goal Getters started January, February, March. And so it really carried that momentum because I was getting really frustrated of planting seeds. And so the momentum that Goal Getters kind of picked up, I mean, that's really, for me, was 6 months of momentum from Tampa to now. And so super thankful. And then saw some of that seed planting actually take place in February and March, actually start to pay off. I love that the investment that we had to invest $15. And yes, even though I haven't won my money back, I have seen so much more growth. And so I see the investment was really to pay to be a part of it. And then something I thought about this weekend that I hadn't realized, the DMO, I did not have a good DMO format. I'm trying to look to see, but the sheets that the company gives is awesome, but I didn't know how to work it into my own planner. And even so, and so one of the contests that Sherry had, which I think we did it a few times, was, hey, post your DMO. It's a contest. And I'm like, okay, that's an easy contest. And I actually one time looked at everybody's and I saw, wait, not everybody is using this sheet that they give. And I'm a rule follower trying to fit into the format that we're supposed to do, I thought. And then I was like, no, it's just about the process that works for me. And so when I started using my planner that had rest of my week written out, whether that's a haircut for one of my kids or my other job I had at the time, I was like, no, I have to write it in the planner I'm looking at all the time. That's whenever I really started like making some headway. And I was like, the DMO has to be what works for me. That's all it has to be. And so I think it was actually good for me to see other people's DMO and be like, wait, this doesn't have to look this way. So that's it.
That's perfect, because we don't have to be perfect, nor do we have to follow it in a perfect format. We get to make this business work in the way that is the best fit for us. And there are so many ways to do it. And as long as you're doing it and it works for you, then it's the perfect way for you. And that's all that really matters. So thank you, Cynthia. Marianne Moody had asked Sharon Hooten if I'm trying to find her. There she is. I'm going to unmute you. Maybe. I'm trying to unmute you. It's not letting me. Unmute. There we go. You're good. Go ahead, Sharon.
Okay. I like what the other girls have said too, that it's just helped so much being in a group and seeing all the other ideas from everybody else. My big thing is I'm very shy. And so I've had to, even to where when Krista would say, okay, everybody get on here and tell us blah, 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 it would take me hours. And finally, I would just have to push that button and start talking. So this has really helped me a lot. And I did get an HLP, and she got an HLP. So now I have a 2,000 plus So that was exciting. And then my sister was already in the business, but not doing anything, but she got an HLP. But the only thing is they all got theirs last week. So it's just kind of delayed gratification. So kind of like what Cynthia was saying, just keep on and then you'll start seeing the results later. So mine was a week later, but I'll take it.
Yes, that is awesome. That is really cool. And I mean, just for you to say that it would take you hours before you would respond for the fear of having to do it. And here you are talking on the Zoom tonight.
Yes.
So
I did it.
That's really great, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I mean, and I want people to understand too, is when you have the courage to go through the step despite your fear, the blessing that you put on everybody else is so incredibly important. People get tired of hearing me talk. They get tired of hearing Kristen and Debbie and Marianne and Denise and Megan, because we're the ones that are doing this frequently. And we're willing to do it as much as we need to until we're blue in the face. But it's so fun to hear someone else's voice and to get to hear your experience. So you actually, not only are you blessing your peers, but you're blessing your leaders as well. So just keep that in mind, that every time you share, no matter who the audience is, it's not about you, it's about the person that gets to receive it. So thank you for being brave, not only when you're sharing it on the Boxer and with all these new people, and congratulations, but tonight, this is awesome. Okay, so Debbie asked Janet, and I'm trying to find Janet on my screen, and I don't see her. Oh, there she is. I'm unmuting you. Maybe, maybe not. For some reason, it doesn't want to let me unmute people. So Janet, can you unmute yourself? Is it letting you? Okay, there you go. Yep. Go ahead, Janet.
So I was first introduced to Juice Plus in December, and I immediately decided to jump into the business. So for me, Goal Getters was great timing. I work a full-time job besides, so Goal Getters definitely helped me get organized with writing out my DMOs and helped me what I needed to get done. So for that, I'm very thankful, because otherwise, when you're working 45, 50 hours another place and, you come home in the evenings, you don't have much time. So getting those, written down and knowing what I need to accomplish, definitely has helped me. Probably my favorite part were the challenges, because I love seeing everyone post their accomplishments, and that kind of added fuel to me to, go out and reach and get those as well. So, I truly appreciate all the time you guys, all the leaders, you and Sherry and everybody, Debbie, put into this, and, like everyone said, kind of pushed us out of our comfort zones to reach for this and go get what we want. So, I thank you guys, and it was great. Thanks.
Thank you. And that is great timing. This would have been awesome to have something like this 5 years ago when I first got started, to say yes and jump in with the great support and everything else, and being able to learn from so many people. So thank you, Janet, for sharing. And then Megan asked Mary Taylor to share as well. I just unmuted you. I don't know why some are doing it, some are not. But Mary, if you could share real quick, please.
Yeah. So I think the thing that I learned the most about myself is that when I can stay consistent and following whatever plan or schedule I have laid out for myself, if I can just be consistent with each thing, you see results. And my biggest takeaway from the challenge was, I think from you, Sherry, if I remember correctly, but when you stop looking at the people that you're talking to as dollar signs and start seeing them as people who you're helping get healthier, it makes all the difference in the world, because it's not about us. It's not about me. It's about the people that need the help getting healthier. So I'm very competitive also. And so all the challenges were definitely helpful.
Oh, good. Well, thanks, Mary. You have definitely experienced a ton of growth through this, and it's been a lot of fun to watch you from where you were in the beginning of January to now too. So it's been a great experience. And I know that we could probably go through every single person that's on this call and hear some sort of a takeaway. But what's, like I said, go into the Facebook page and just do a quick glance through the comments that are put in there about the things about the, especially like the yes, I can. And that's, yes, the paychecks are incredible. And it's a great feeling when you see your pay line jump. I mean, I was doing a little happy dance in my car when the numbers finally came through. In fact, I know I called Megan and I called Debbie and Michael Heck called me, and I was like, I literally was dancing in the car because we had just the significant growth. But when it all comes down to it, if those numbers go away, it's what we've learned about ourselves and how to be better. Just be a good human. I heard that on the radio. Just go be a good human. It's a pretty cool thing. So you can take this and apply that to other areas of your life too. So, okay. Now it's time to give away some money. And I'm glad you mentioned that, Cynthia, that we did have that very small investment. And I think that was a critical piece of this, because even though it was a very small investment, I mean, I went to lunch today with Kristen. I think my lunch with a small lunch and a small drink was $11. And we asked you to contribute $15 just so you had skin in the game. And it kind of is a way to hold you accountable. But more than anything, it was to have this pool of money to then be able to do the contest. So as you know, we've done them every single month. And I intentionally did not do a lot of big prizes during the month of March because I wanted to have this big fun at the end. And March was actually a complete repeat of January. If you were to go through and look at the daily activities, it was a repeat, because I looked at the amount of growth we had in January and I wanted to duplicate that for everyone. So I just did the same things. But when you get right down to it, our business is just a repetitive motion. It's the same things over and over. We just try to get better at them as we go and do them more often. So that's why those things were all duplicated. And Debbie mentioned that we had a ton of HLPs, and there's probably more than what I'm about to tell you, because we just heard someone say like, oh, I didn't comment on there. Just the HLPs that were commented on our goal getters. There were 27 that people said, I had 2, I had 3, or I had whatever number. So 27 just in the comments. And I know for a fact there were a lot more because we had people that weren't even in here doing them. But anyways, so in this bowl is for every person. If you had 2 HLPs, your name is in here twice. Now, of course, the leaders are not in here because I had 4. I was quite proud of that, by the way. I hadn't done a lot of personal with growth in a long time. So I was pretty excited when that happened. So I have all my little notes written down. We are giving away 5 $20 prizes for HLPs. And you have to forgive me because I have to write these down so I can go back and make sure I pay everybody the right amount. So I'm just going to drop 5 in front of me really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And if I pull out your name twice, I'm going to put it back in on this one contest. So 5 different winners. The first one, you probably can't see that. I'll just read it, is Sharon Hooten. Oh, I pulled her name twice, so that one's going back in. Okay, second one, the luckiest person in the group, Jill Napier. Brandy Snowblin, Kimmy Cups, and Rachel Jones. So let me put this to the side with my little note so I know that these 5 people are getting HLP money. Okay, that's the side.
Girls.
Good thing I'm sitting at my big counter with all this extra space. Okay, fast track to VFs is $20 because there's only 2 names. There's actually 3 tickets in here, but there's only 2 names. So look in the other direction. The winner of this one is Brandy Snowblin. I know you can't see that. If I get it up really close, you can. Brandy gets that one. It's so weird because y'all are muted. I got like 2 people who I can hear. I'm like, this is big stuff and I can't hear anybody. Like, I want to hear some cheering and excitement. So, if you want to unmute yourself, that would be perfectly fine. Okay, the next one, this bowl is fuller. This one is the I didn't reach my goal, but, and the yes, I cans. Okay, I put them all in here together. And on this one, we have 5 $25 winners. Y'all are still all muted. Come on.
I am muted. I'm going to yell.
Okay. So again, I'm not looking. If I pull the name out more than once, it's going back in. So I'm just going to drop them in front of me. 2, 3, 4. I'm not looking. I swear. 5. Okay. Now I got to find them. Okay. The first one is Beth Coons.
Yay!
I don't think she's won anything before.
I haven't. First time. Yay.
Good.
That's a good one to win.
The second one is Donna Powell.
Yay, Donna!
The third is Melissa Hunt.
Yay, Melissa!
Remind me to come back to say something about Melissa. The next one is Liz Lomax.
Yay! Yay!
And the next one is the luckiest person in the group, Jill Davy.
That's great.
Hey, and Jill, Melissa's not on here.
Lottery, I'm going to get her to pick the numbers.
Melissa's not on here, but Melissa's comment on the goal getters thing I thought was really cool, because she said that the courage that this gave her, since then she's done those 2 big national calls. And that was huge. I mean, it wasn't like just getting on for 5 friends. She had no idea how many people that was going to impact. So I thought that was pretty awesome that she shared that. I was like, oh, wow, that's a big one. Okay. This last one is for anybody who actually met their original goal. So if your original goal was to fast track to VF and you fast track to VF, it's in there. If your original goal was to fast track to sales coordinator, whatever happened to then, and I actually had a spreadsheet where everybody, so even though you may have had a specific group that you were in, you may have had more specific goals. So I was matching everything up to make sure. And again, this is only the people who commented. So there are a handful of names in here, and this prize, there's only one prize, drum roll, is for $100. It's a good time to be lucky. All right, so I'm seriously I'm just going to make this so impossible for me to see anything that's in here, and I'm shuffling them around while they're in the bowl, and I don't even remember whose all name is in here. Oops, I have 2 in my
So is this like a sponsor bonus too?
I will put my FIN number in on that one. No. Okay, are you ready? I want to see somebody's face. I'm going to make sure I'm staring at it. It comes up to the camera. Liz Lomax.
Yay, Liz! She's raining money. She's getting money this month.
Okay.
Made some money this month.
Yes, she has made some money this month.
Megan, would you like to tell everybody why that's?
Yeah, Liz. I'm going to also say the first part of this. Liz slow tracked to sales coordinator 2 months ago. And for those of you that don't know what slow track is, don't worry about it. But she slow tracked to sales coordinator, but fast tracked to sales coordinator this past month. So she's getting a $600 bonus for that. She also is promoting an express track to sales coordinator. So she's getting $700 for that. Wow. She promoted a VF this past month. So she also has $300 on the way for that. She also hit POB for the first time this month with a 1 club. And so her paycheck reflected being a sales coordinator in POB. And then now she just won $100.
Party at Liz's house.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. And she just got home from the beach. I mean, that's the biggest part right there. So,
yeah, she saw her biggest paycheck ever at the
what
beach.
I just heard is that Liz is bringing champagne to our team training on Saturday. I think
yeah, I will. Love it. Okay, we actually kept it in 30 minutes. I'm pretty excited about this. It is still recording, and I'm going to keep it recording. Does anybody, if anybody has anything that they want to add and say, and okay, let me time out. This does not need to be the thank you, Sherry time. Don't want it. Don't need it.
Oh, it has to be.
No.
One thing I want to do.
I'm going to go first though, Debbie. I have to say this. Be fearless. Okay, hold on. I joked when I put the yes, I can when I said I can lead it, whatever, I cussed in it and whatever. I can't even remember because I cuss so often. I love Jesus and I cuss. And that's true. Krista gave me a towel. This has been a really big opportunity for me. And it's so beyond the numbers. It's so beyond the growth as far as like what our team, I mean, our organization, Team Courageous, we added 13 team members last month and 5 or 6 the month before, and like 14 or 15 in January. And that's incredible. And I am so appreciative of that. And I just, all of that aside, learning that I can trust what I want to do when it comes to leading a group of people. And that's not just about business. That's just about life. And if you know me, you know that one of the things that I am very passionate about is empowering women. And I know we had a couple of guys in here, and that's fantastic. But for you to trust me and to just run with this means the world to me. And it renewed a sense of trust in myself. And just to say that I can do it. And I could put a lot of explicits in that, but I'm not going to. But it's a really great feeling. So I know everybody's been so wonderful in thanking me, and I do appreciate it. Trust me, like every time I hear it, it has been nice to hear, and it's been just that extra little sealed with a kiss, I guess you could say. But in the end, it was what you gave to me that is irreplaceable. And I just thank every one of you, and those who aren't on here tonight, but maybe will watch this another time. It's just been an incredible experience to be able to lead this group. And it felt good. And I can't thank you enough. So that's why you don't have to say anything more.
Well, I do have to say one more thing, because in my 15 years of being in the business, this has been the best growth, camaraderie, fun, training that I have ever experienced. And you definitely can trust yourself, Sherry. You have exemplified incredible leadership. And so we got you a really small thing, but it means a lot. And it's be fearless. I can't read it in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. So thank you for setting souls on fire. We love you.
Speechless. Thank you. Thank you very much. So.
And I'll get it to you right after.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. So I'm going to now end the recording since I've cried. Nothing's ever complete until Sherry cries.